I stood here for an entire 30 seconds without saying anything. This is just how I am, and how I will forever be until the end of time. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Pokémon X, baby! Last time, we went over some of the rest of the stuff that we can do in Lumio City for right now. But today, we are going to go over something that I was simultaneously very happy and now I am very sad to talk about. Because, well, basically, without, doing any kind of hacking or whatever else, the online services for 3DS are basically, dead. So, I'm gonna go over all the nuances of the multiplayer features without actually going online, so this is gonna be incredibly sad. So, if you were to actually access the internet through here, you would basically have to save your game, first of all. And you have to wait forever for a system that can never ever connect ever again, unless you do something like Pretendo or something. I don't really want to do that because I'm scared of, like, messing up my emulation, like, services or whatever, because I need this without actually having to, record from actual hardware, which I don't have, and it's very expensive to get one on, like, eBay or something. So I'm just gonna go over the stuff that you can do without actually connecting to the internet, which unfortunately that would have been a thing. That would have been the very smart thing to do. But instead, it's the wrong thing to do. Well, nowadays, because the 3DS Online is shut down now. So, what I'm showing on the bottom screen right now is the PSS, the Player Search System. Here, you would have had access to all of your friends on your 3DS friend list, acquaintances, which would have been your list of all the players that you've played against on randoms, and passerby, basically meaning that you've traded with them online or you pass by them locally. Well, it's more like doing street pass with them, or rather you pass by them. It was really cool for conventions and all that jazz, so it was all fine. Unfortunately, though, if I recorded this like a few months earlier, then I would have been all over this like hotcakes, but instead, you're just gonna have to look at this depressing scene forever. Here you can do the standard stuff. You can battle with randoms or with friends online using a variety of rules like normal rules, flat rules, no restriction rules. So, yep, you can do all of that basic jazz. You can either do infrared location someone in the area, or you can battle online. So that was all good. Trading basically works the same way. You can either randomly trade with someone, which there was a much better option for that, and it's basically the same manner. Battle spot would have been, well, this, because I don't have my notes. Oh yeah, it's actually right here. This basically works just like random matchups in the previous generation, except, well, actually here. Here you'll be able to battle with free battles or with ranked battles. So, yep, that's the online ranking system right there. And you would have posted this on with Pokemon Global Link too. So, yep, that's basically where all the casual and ranked battles are in this sort of spot. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wait until this doesn't connect to the internet at all, because that's just a thing. Oh yeah, and by the way, there is a penalty for disconnecting, by the way, which I don't know if it would have worked on your own time or if it was completely out of your control. But if you did disconnect a multiple amount of times, then a loss would have been on your ranked record. So there you are. Wonder Trading was the best thing ever. Well, nowadays, it's called Surprise Trade. Basically, it's the best thing to ever happen in the history of Pokemon. If you ever traded in Pokemon Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, you know what this is. But basically with Wonder Trading, you could take a Pokemon that you have and you just randomly trade it with somebody. It's all entirely random, and most of the time you get common Pokemon, while other times you get like a, oh my god, a shiny legendary, or maybe even shiny god or something. Yeah, it was basically like the best thing ever, and I would have showed this earlier had it not been for the 3DS Online shutting down, so unfortunate. Shoutouts. Basically, you send messages to everyone on your friends list, or ones that you've connected with locally. I would have been like, you know. You could just type out a message like that, and you could just do that very thing. Holocaster. So the Holocaster here is a feature that you have from the very beginning. Basically, it provides all the news that you would have gotten from Pokemon Global Link, like online stuff, patches, and whatever else. And I'm very surprised that Street Pass actually works on here. Yeah, extraordinarily surprised. Here you can check announcements, search for specials, activate Spot Pass. You can, you know, you can just basically do all the stuff there. And I highly doubt. Oh wait, Spot Pass actually. Oh my god. So if you see an update indicator, open up the Holocaster to check for new content. Of course, I will be connected to the internet, and of course I can't do that because, well, the X and Y meta game is basically dead. And there it is. You can even get news for like any future like competitions or event Pokemon or store things and whatever else. Yeah, this is just basically here to be all like, hey, you know that thing that's happening that you're never gonna go to, like an online competition, or you know, go to the store to get your special Pokemon. Well, you do that. GTS. This is basically the global trade station that's worked like it always does in previous generations, except this time around, it actually did serve a purpose. Or rather, you can do, well, two things. One, in the GTS, you would have been able to search for Pokemon that you haven't seen in your Pokedex yet. This also led to a detrimental thing. A detrimental thing that would have happened. Now, I'm not sure if one of these Pokemon were to be included in this list, but if it did, then I would have heard about it. But because of the fact that you can search for any Pokemon in the list, that included Pokemon that you would have never gotten in Pokemon X and Y anyway. These Pokemon, and I'm not sure about this first one, Diancie, but I'm definitely sure about these next two, Hoopa and Volcanion. These are the three mythical Pokemon of Pokemon X and Y. And they were basically discovered in the game's code and probably were never ever distributed amongst anything, at least in America. I'm not entirely sure if it is, but to my knowledge, that's how these Pokemon were discovered in the code. And obviously hacking is a thing, so people can obviously hack Diancie, Hoopa, and Volcanion into the game. Yup, they could do that, and they could, well, just use them, even if the Pokemon Company didn't officially reveal them yet. So that happened way before the announcement that Hoopa, Diancie, and Volcanion did exist. And when it was announced, people were like, oh yeah, we knew that. Oh, powers. This is an entirely separate thing entirely, but O powers basically give you big buffs in battle and out in the field. And these basically just work like past powers in the previous generation, except with a wider effect. So right now I have 2 of them. I have capture power and HP restoring power. Capture power increases the chance of catching a Pokemon by a little bit. So I can use it on myself, or I can give it to others. I would have given it to others, rather. For HP restoring power, I immediately restore the HP of the lead Pokemon a little bit. And these require a lot of energy that recharges over time. But it will definitely be well worth the results if you do decide to use them. I don't really feel like using them all entirely, but, you know, yeah. Favorites list is basically what it sounds like. You can make a list of your favorite people. Profile, you can just make your own profile with however you want. Like your history, your location, and blah, 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 blah. That's how it is. And you can even do like a little mini survey. What do I do? What's my nature? What's my favorite Pokemon type? How do you like to battle? What's my favorite color? Oh my god, they have a lot of these. What kind of stories do you like? What kind of day do you like best? Oh my god, they actually have a lot of these. I'm actually amazed that superhero wasn't actually even a thing yet here. How do you spend your free time? I would say playing video games. Yeah. That's what's my favorite Pokemon type? Well, you obviously know me. I like the dragon. Well, none of this even matters anyway because, well, you can't look up your favorite profile of your favorite trainers anymore because, you know, once again, the services are basically dead. But, you know, at least you can type your own message. Who needs nice to meet you when you have, M or something? Finally, PSS settings are basically, again, what it sounds like. You know, you can set communications, PSS communication, disable it, use your trainer PR video to go public, or enable your game chat and whatever else. Which, that's actually kind of cool that X and Y had game chat. And also game sync. I don't even know if it's on here. It's not even on here. What the hell? Why? Why? Next up is an adorable little feature that breaks the game. Pokemonomy. Become even better pals with your Pokemon. Pet your Pokemon and feed them snacks called Pokepuffs. And they'll go very close. A Pokemon that likes you will show its affection in many fun ways. You can play these games with your Pokemon. Berry Picker, Head It, or Tile Puzzle. You may want to try entertaining it by calling it its name and making faces. Try many things and see what happens. Play together to earn Pokepuffs. So visit some Pokeballs. Put Pokepuffs up and nearby Pokemon will come to visit. Visiting Pokemon may give you decor items or Pokepuffs. You can have fun decorating your decor items and changing your wallpaper. Indeed, you do. So right now, let's go ahead and play with a little Chespin with CJ. Hello. Hello. Okay, there we go. So we can play with our good old friend CJ here. We can a little pet him. We can. Wait. What do I even begin with this? Do I just set the camera? Like, why is he not looking this way? Can I poke him? Oh wait, there we go. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Turns out all I had to do was just to, well, immediately disable my plug out the unplug my camera. Jesus. So you can pet your little guy. It'll show your affection, and you can feed the little dude Pokepuffs. And okay, there we go. You can even feed your little man. Feed your little man the Pokepuffs, and they'll show even more affection for you. And believe it or not, affection actually works very well in battles too. But more about that in a little bit. Let's play some video games with you guys. First off, we got Berry Picker. Pick berries for your Pokemon. So with this, you have to choose which... You have to bring the right berry to the right Pokemon. Like so. So let's bring him over this one. I don't even know what... I don't even remember what kind of berries those are. So we got a little Rose Thorn over there and whatever, a Beedrill. I didn't even name Beedrill, like what the hell? What are you talking about? I did bring it. I bring it. Come on, man. So there are 3 difficulties for you to choose from with this game. So you can have all the fun while also being incredibly boss at it too with the difficulties and stuff. I do not know what I'm talking about, but there. These are basically just little fun mini games to boost up all of the affection. Ah, God. Well, time's up with that. This uses the black and white sound font. You get a ranking based on your score, and I'm a very amateur. With this, you can receive many Pokepuffs, and you get access to the next rank. Yes, you do. You very much do. And thank you for my alert, camera. I really appreciate that. So, obviously, there are varying levels of difficulty as you go along here. And I don't really feel the need to do anything else with that because, well, showing off the minigame once is basically all there is to it. And really, it's just there to give you even more rewards. Tap the Pokemon to knock back to get the balls of yarn. Oh, okay, it's one of these. Okay. I see how it is. I see how it goes. I haven't really done any of this sort of thing. So I'm gonna have to pay attention to this one and have the reflexes of a god. Whoa! Look how. Whoa! I mean Brock, dude. Ah, God! Now I'm missing. Okay, please. Yeah, I haven't really done anything with these. And I definitely imagine it would be a whole lot easier. It definitely is like a whole lot easier on actual hardware, but I'm choosing not to do that. Ah. Ooh, get it! Ah, nuts. How do I do with this one? Header amateur. Sure. I mean, I'll go with that. I'll go with that. That sounds fire. Finally, the last little mini game is... Thank you. Thank you, CJ. Is Tile Puzzle. So in this one, you have to... Oh, God. What is this? Tap 2 tiles to swap their positions. Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, at least I know, like, which corner piece it... At least I know what corner pieces are. The only problem is I don't know crap about puzzles. I mean, I kinda do, but at the same time, I don't really. Ooh, this is gonna be a little bit, this is gonna be something, all right. Actually, no, this is not terrible, I guess. Okay. Surprisingly easy. It's literally just a tile puzzle with nothing else entirely, but, you know, the higher score you get, the more Pokepuffs you get. You can choose to view your picture too if you want. So, yeah. All there is just more Pokepuffs for you. And that will do. Now I spoke about you know, affection for your mons. So, in order to boost up affection, you do petting, feeding him, and that will basically increase your stats by a little bit. And by raising up affection, they will have an effective battle that will actually be majorly busted. At least in X and Y's case, anyway. So, in battle, with affection in battle, anyway. While we decorate here, and while we do all this, first of all, the text will change slightly so that, you know, well, the introduction test will change slightly to be all like, you know, see, blah 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 is ready to battle for you, and blah blah blah. And the first sort of effect that will go on is, well, you get an increased critical hit ratio and also evasion. Yeah, not joking. So you think it's already busted, right? Well, actually, it is. So, next, you have a chance of healing yourself from statuses, too. Yeah, you know that ability, Shed Skin? Well, imagine that applied to everybody. You get to heal yourself of any sort of status condition. You might survive off of 1 HP. You might gain an experience boost. And if you have high enough affection, after a battle, you can even pet your Pokemon to increase affection even more. Yeah, you can probably see why this is absolutely busted as hell. You can really see the vision that is Pokemonami affection. And it's definitely busted, and I definitely won't take advantage of it at all. No, seriously, I won't. Cause it's like, yeah, it's kind of, it's busted. It's broken. Like, if you get high enough affection, you can, like, survive off of 1 HP, like, all the time. And you get, like, high critical hit rates for anything. So, you can definitely imagine that something like this would be busted as hell. Totally. So, I won't be making use of it. But there is a good use for Pokemonami that's actually very unique and very fun. Or rather, if you want to complete the Pokédex. But more on that later. Super Training. This is the Super Training Machine, or the ST. ST will allow you to train your Pokemon anytime, anywhere. Super Training is a virtual sports game where your Pokemon faces off against balloon bots. To toughen up your Pokemon, dodge the balls launched by the balloon bots while shooting your own into the goals they put out. In the core training, your Pokemon hits a training bag in order to get stronger. This basically means that you increase their stats a little bit. So it definitely can be useful. Gotta try 'em all! You know, when Pokemon in 2013 brought back the catchphrase, gotta catch 'em all? Well, this was it. Do some special training to bring out your Pokemon's best as fully trained mons. Let's start with that button on the lower left corner, the Super Training button. Time for some special training! Yes, it's time to experience Super Training! Tap the button in the middle to start your Super Training. Get your feet wet, learn the ins and outs of a Super Training regimen by hitting the goals in front that appear in front of the balloon pot. Okay, I have probably never done this before, so let's see. Let's see how it goes. Look at this Scatterbug right here. Scatterbug balloon, and Rosethorn is out front. You see that? Right in front of you. That right there is a giant balloon bot. Secrets to Super Training success: hit those goals before you get hit. Use the circle pad on your 3DS to move your Pokemon around the virtual space. Tap and drag on the lower screen to both aim and shoot a special ball at the goal. Oh god. Aim for the white goals that appear in front of the thing and shoot like mad. So, oh, okay, this is surprisingly pretty easy. So, you aim with your target with the circle pad, or rather, you move your Pokemon with the control stick, and you gotta shoot into the goal, while also avoiding all those things. And you need to reach a minimum score of 50 or so. This will help your Pokemon increase stats by a little bit, so that they'll do very well in battle. Bada bing! There it is. Now our stats will Rollstorn's stats will increase by 4. Rollstorn made it easier to store up energy by training its defense stat. You did it. You did. That's the spirit. Your Pokemon is stronger than it was before. So yeah, super training is very helpful indeed in increasing your Pokemon stats. Face a challenge and got a reward. Training bags 1. Clearing super will sometimes reward you with training bags. Use those training bags in the core training to raise your Pokemon's base stats. Keep on training until you have a fully trained Mon. So now we can use the training bags to get core training done. So let's see. What do we got here? So now let's do this. Pick a training bag from the list on the left and tap on it. So this is the strength bag right here. And here's the training bag. Keep on tapping the screen until you knock the stuffing out of it. Something good will happen. If you leave a Pokemon to train on its own, then it will hit the bag once per minute. So you gotta hit it. Can Pokemon even move like this? Yes, they can. Have you seen the show? So now Rollstorn's shots will get it even more points next time it does super training. Let's go at it again. Now that you've already sampled super training, I prepared a little challenge. Clear this to graduate from being a beginner. You'll be ready for the big leagues. Get Spupa with an energy shot. Ooh, I've never done this before. So get your timing right and let loose. Store up all the energy with an attack. Okay. All right, let's see this. Let's do this. Look at that little dude. Look at that guy. Hey, champ, we've been waiting for you. This time I'll teach you about a secret way to shoot things. Energy shots for the win, baby. Get him. You can see the round meter down below in the middle of your 3DS system's upper screen. That special meter shows how much your Pokemon has, how much energy it has. It's oomph. When you're full of that energy, the shots you let loose will transform into energy shots. It'll vary by Pokemon, so it'll look even different when you see them. Okay, cool. So there we go. Let loose! Let loose! It's like a little bit like Kid Icarus. Well, sort of. Yeah! That's what we mean. This is kind of like Mr. Patch in Banjo. Poor little Spupa balloon. There it is. Base defense up by 4. Now we got training bag S. And now we got super training for all of the stats on the bottom screen right here. Hone special attack with Magnemite and 5 others. So you get to do a whole bunch of stuff down here, like fighting a Whalmer for HP, fighting a Magnemite for special attack, Axew for, physical attack, Tentacle with special defense, Noibat with speed, and Geodude for defense. So you can very plainly see that super training can work out very well for Pokemon. Well, it can do you very well for those Pokemon that have trouble keeping up in single player. And yeah, we just got even more physical defense than ever before. I really don't know how this could possibly like up Rose Thorn's defense even further than it normally is, but I'm very happy for Rose Thorn, and I'm very proud she is part of this team now. We've been standing in this one spot forever in the thing, but yeah, no, that's basically the whole gist of the bottom screen features that you have from the very start. So yeah, PSS system, definitely worth your time back when the services were online. Pokemon and Me is very worth it for being busted as hell. And Super Training, very worth your time for boosting up your Pokemon stats to have trouble keeping up with the rest of your team. So there you go. Those are all the big main features of the bottom screen. You know, the PHS, the PSS, the Pokemonomy, and whatever else. So with that all said, we are all done here. So next time on Pokemon X, we finally continue on with our adventure by going to Route 5. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and I'm trying to... Okay, there we go. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Goodbye.